till I'm touching you and forevermore sharing your love. But anywhere you wander, anywhere you go, every day remember how I love you so. In your heart, believe what in my heart I know, that forevermore I'll wait for you. Forevermore, yeah, I'll wait just for you.
Oh, that is nice. I like that. I Will Wait for You, done by our telephone guest today, Buddy Greco, and we'll get a conversation rolling with him right after we pay the light bill.
Sometimes even your best friends can surprise you. I just found out my neighbor Harry is going to build a cap home. That's right. He thinks he can finish his own home. Well, right away I said, Harry, where'd you get the idea you could finish your own home? And he said, at the Cap Homes Free Home Builders Clinic. And I said, where? And he said, at the Free Home Builders Clinic. Harry said some folks from Cap showed him how to do it. Really got into it. Showed him how Cap builds homes. And spent a lot of time talking about how regular people, just like Harry, can finish their own home. They answered a lot of other questions, too, about financing a home and things like that. And the whole thing was free. Harry says, with the kind of money you can save finishing a home yourself, you can't afford not to know how to do it.
Visit Cap Homes Home Builders Clinic tonight at 7 p.m. at the Holiday Inn.
Lawn and garden jobs are fun jobs with a Gilson tractor, now available at Hunman Lumber Mart and Landmark Mall in Normal. Get 11 and 16 horsepower models, gear drive or hydrostatic, plus all the attachments you'll need to do a great job. Gilson tractors were designed with your comfort in mind, and all at a price you can afford. Hundreds of dollars less than the competition. See the Gilson line and pick up your free lawn and garden book at Hunman Lumber Mart's new Lawn and Garden Center.
Shop Bergner Days now for savings of 20 to 33% and more in every department. Choose the Marijuana Pizzeria that's easy to use and clean, usually $9.99, just $7.99. Or the Pioneer Super System, including 60-watt amp, AM/FM stereo tuner, cassette deck, turntable, 4 p.m. speakers, headphones, and audio rack. Over $1,500 if separately priced, just $1,149 during Bergner Days. An exciting new sale at Bergner's now.
Buddy Greco, good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
How are you today?
I'm fine.
Now that we have all the preliminaries out of the way, we can get down to business here. This is a real treat. We have never talked before, but we've just chatted a little bit while the record was on and during the news. And, gee, I've enjoyed our conversation so far.
Thank you, Ken. So have I.
Let's see, the last time you were at the Lake Geneva Playboy Club, things looked a little bit differently, didn't they?
Well, I was here in August, and I can tell you a couple of things that have happened since August. First of all, it was 85 degrees, and I was playing a lot of golf, but it was just, that particular trip, Ken, was really fantastic because I was here for a couple of days, and the last day I was here with Count Basie.
Oh.
We had like a dual concert that night, and it just was the beginning of probably the most beautiful 8 months I've ever spent in my life because, first of all, Basie and I celebrated our birthdays here, and we left here, and my group went to Monte Carlo. We went to do a gala in France. And here it is almost 9 months later, and we're going to have a baby in 5 weeks.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So what have you been doing? That's a terrible, terrible question. I remember the publicity for that concert with Count Basie.
Yeah, it was just fantastic, Ken.
Just one of my favorites.
You know, it was beautiful, but we have a lot of new things have happened. We've recorded a new album and a new single session which my wife and I wrote and produced, which hopefully will be out very soon. As I don't know if you know, Ken, but I have 2 girls in my show now, and three guys, and the whole concept of the Buddy Greco show is totally different than it's ever been before.
I was going to say, when you played with, or when you were entertaining with Count Basie, you're an old keyboard man yourself, aren't you?
Well, I originally started out as a classical pianist, and I became a jazz pianist when I was about 15 or 16, and made my first record and went with Benny Goodman, and I've been a jazz piano player ever since.
That's right. I wanted to bring up the name Benny Goodman.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
That goes way back to what, 1951 or so?
50.
Through 50.
Well, I was with him for 3 years.
Okay.
The latter end of 49.
We brought up an interesting conversation or an interesting question this morning, a trivia-type question. You had a summer replacement show.
Right.
And I asked who it was that you'd replaced for the summer, and it was Jackie Gleason, was it not?
Absolutely.
Okay, terrific. It is 13 after 11 o'clock. Buddy Greco is our telephone guest this morning. I want to chat more about your career, because it's been a long one, and talk about some other things with you. And in fact, if it's okay with you, Buddy, let's open up the phone lines to people if they'd like to chat with you.
Sure.
829-2345 is our number.
You know, some people think of Culligan water softeners as something for the home, and that's it. But your Culligan man solves business water problems, too.
You mean he does home business and business business?
Yeah, like the motel business. Lots of motels provide Culligan soft water, and their guests really appreciate it.
Oh, I would.
And restaurants need soft water for better cooking and dishwashing.
Oh, yeah.
Laundries and car washers use great big Culligan water softeners.
Well, that's nice.
And hospitals and laboratories and factories need all kinds of industrial softeners and filters and other specialized water conditioning equipment.
Well, how about...
Your local Culligan man is the man to call about any business water problem.
All right. Hey, Culligan man.
You have a business water problem?
Well, my brother-in-law uses lots of water in his business.
What's his business?
He's a fireman.
Oh, boy.
Call your Culligan man. It's easy. Just dial 828-5922.
Reed Sporting Goods has the shoe that everybody but serious runners laughed at when it first was introduced, the Nike Waffle Trainer. Some said it looked like a shoe made to run on ice, but nobody's laughing anymore because the Waffle Trainer has become the best-selling training flat ever made. If you're looking for the real thing, accept no substitutes. Look for the original Nike Waffle Trainer, available at Reed Sporting Goods, downtown Bloomington, and the Eastland Mall.
The original spaceman returns. Buck Rogers swings back to Earth and lays it on the 25th century. Get in on the ultimate sci-fi action. Buck Rogers starts tomorrow at the Normal Theater. The script is great, the stars are terrific, and the special effects, well, they're astounding. The villains were never meaner, the heroes were never braver than in Buck Rogers. So see this PG-rated film starting tomorrow at the Normal Theater. Good morning, sir. You're on the air with Buddy Greco.
Yeah, I'd like to ask Buddy, when he made the recording with the three sharps, hey, look at there, ain't she pretty? I remember that when I was just a teenager and thought that was just great.
Wow. You know, I can just about hear you, but I did hear you say the three sharps.
Yeah?
When did you make that recording, I think is the question.
The question, let's see, and I will give you an answer. I made that in 1948. 47, 48.
Okay.
I thought it must have been about there, because I just started getting interested in some music, and I found that record in a rummage shop and just really loved it.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you for calling, sir. 829-2345 is our number. I hate to do this because so many singers hate to be categorized or classified or compared with anybody else, but during the recording, and I don't know why today, for some reason I noticed this, at least it appears to my ear, that there's a similarity in vocal quality between you and, say Bobby Darin.
You got to remember one thing, Ken, that I was around before Bobby Darin. Actually, Bobby and I were very, very dear friends, and there was a similarity between Bobby and myself, not that either one of us were copying each other, it's just that we had that same kind of influence. In fact, there's a couple of singers. I mean, I originally started out, my mentor, my idol was Nat Cole, and still is.
Mm-hmm.
So there are a couple of us, but Bobby and I did have a lot of qualities. In fact, we both recorded Mac the Knife, and our records were quite similar, let's say.
There is a similarity, and that certainly doesn't mean to detract from either one of you. But, yeah, I guess it rubs off no matter who you hang around with, right?
Really?
It's bound to do that. 829-2345 is our number for Buddy Greco. Let me get to another phone. Whoops, I have an open line right there. If you want to get in, you can get in right now, in fact. Do you have any particular favorite types of music, Bobby? Buddy.
I'm sorry,
All of a sudden I'm talking with Bobby Darin, I'm sure.
I'm sorry, do I have what?
Do you have any particular style of music that you really like or that you do in your show? In fact, what are people going to see if they go up to see Buddy Greco?
As far as do I like any particular style, of course I'm very, very influenced and have been for the past 5 or 6 years in the contemporary music, Chick Corea, Gino Vanelli, Billy Joel, and so on. But I like any kind of music if it's played correctly and if it's done if it's done correctly. I can't just say that I just like the blues and I don't like, rock and roll. I like any kind of music. If it's done right and it sounds good, then it's good.
You've been around and obviously been entertaining. You've been doing a lot of the nightclub stuff, right?
Of course.
What is it that makes a hit record all of a sudden? Obviously you're still singing. Why not the big #1 chart busters? And I brought this question up with Frankie Lane, and he raised an interesting point. He said, he didn't understand how charts ever change or what makes records. It's you care to comment on that? Maybe I've really opened up a whole can of worms.
Well, no, Ken. If I knew, like Frankie or anybody else, if I knew what made a hit record, I'd be a multimillionaire working for a record company. I just think it's probably the right timing, the right kind of song. I mean, you just can't say that. The beautiful thing about our business today is that if you look around, there's no set pattern. You can't say this is what makes a hit song, because there's country songs, there's rocks. Well, there's all kind of things, and that's the beautiful part of it. The new stuff that we've recorded, I've got 36 albums out, and the new one that we did is totally different than anything else I've ever done before.
Oodles of albums, and they're all terrific as far as I'm concerned.
Well, thank you.
Really like it. And in fact, I don't know what Gear's musical taste, but now we're into this disco thing, and
well, I've just recorded 2 of them.
So obviously you must enjoy it.
Oh, absolutely.
In fact, probably it's the versatility that you're able to come up with that's kept you around, because...
Can you hit the magic word? It's the fact that the longevity of what we're doing is the fact that we're not doing, the hit records that I had 10, 15 years ago, is that we are very, very current. And it's hard to describe the show, except, we do a lot of the hits that we did, that we've been, we did Ladies of Trampin' around the world and so on, but we still do the Bee Gees, and we're doing Billy Joel, and we're doing many, many, many different things, because that's the fact that I'm a jazz musician. I want to be very current, and we are.
Let me get back to the phone line here, 829-2345. Do you have a question?
Yes, Ken, I'd like to ask Buddy Greco if he had a sister named Helen, who was a singer.
Helen?
And Helen was married to a man by the name of George Rock, who was the lead trumpet player for Spike Jones and his orchestra for many years. He was from Farmer City, and I'd like to have a minute to get back to the radio so I can hear the answer.
Okay, let me see if I understand the question before you leave, sir. Do you have a sister by the name of Helen? Is that the question?
No, let me answer that, Ken.
Okay.
Helen is not my sister. She's a very dear friend, and she was married to Spike Jones, not to George Rock.
Oh.
And the reason I know that is I say we're very dear friends. In fact, she and her husband own a very successful restaurant in Los Angeles right now. But Helen is no relation to me at all.
Did he know George Rock?
Of course, he's a great trumpet player.
That's right. Do you know where he is now?
No, the last time I saw him, he was working in the lounge at the Sahara Hotel in Las Vegas.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay.
Appreciate it. I didn't know he was from Farmer City.
Yeah.
In fact. Thank you for calling, sir.
Yes, sir.
Buddy Greco is our guest, and we'll get back right after a message or two.
40, love.
Smashing.
How she plays?
No, how she looks. In action-proof eye makeup from Maybelline. Like ultra-big, ultra-lash mascara. Smear-proof, smudge-proof, waterproof. So longest-looking lashes stay in the thick of the action.
Game, set, and match.
Action-proof.
Keeps you looking good after the action, too.
Ultra-big, ultra-lash mascara. Incredibly long-looking lashes without flaky fibers. From Maybelline.
Smashing.
Want to be a carpet cleaning magician? Just rent a Carpet Magic steam machine. And like magic, you'll turn your dirtiest carpets beautifully clean. With the amazing Carpet Magic dirt extraction system, it's so safe, so fast, so easy to do it yourself. You'll get dramatic, professional results at a fraction of what you'd pay a pro. To get every carpet in your home deep down clean and stain-free, just remember these magic words. Carpet Magic Steam Machine. Rent one today.
Save up to $20 per square yard on carpeting now during the spring carpet clearance at F. Loeb Furniture. Save up to $7 per square yard on quality Mohawk carpet, and save $15 to $20 per square yard on room-size carpets finished all around. Expert installation is available, too, at a small charge. Financing is available to qualified customers, or use your Visa, MasterCharge, or Bank AmeriCard. Open Tuesday through Thursday and Saturday till 5:30, Monday and Friday till 9. F. Loeb Furniture at 509 North Main in Bloomington. 22 minutes after 11 o'clock is our time, and Buddy Greco is our guest. This is interesting. I didn't know that you're going to be opening up a new club. Where is it that the Van Dyke brothers own?
Yes, Jerry Van Dyke. They have a new club in Los Angeles, and we're opening Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Yeah, we'll be there for a couple of weeks, and as I said, it's really a shame that a lot of the people still haven't seen our show because I have the two girls in the show, and it's a whole different concept, Ken, and it's really very exciting.
Mm-hmm. Let me get back to the whole business of the act here, but what is the club going to be called that Dick Van Dyke and Jerry Van Dyke own?
That's the name of it. It's called the Jerry Van Dyke Club, but he and his brother own it.
Oh, I got you. And you're going to be entertaining there, next week, as you said?
Yeah, we open Tuesday night for 2 weeks, and the club's doing very, very, very well.
Okay. Give me a description of the style now with the gals you're talking about.
Well, what it is, it's a family, because my wife and her sister are the two girl singers, and they both happen to be very pretty and very talented, and my three musicians, as well as myself, sing. So what we're carrying, really, in essence, is not only me, but we have a built-in vocal group, and we're totally self-contained, and I have my wife with me on the road, and in the next 5 weeks, as we said, we're going to have a little baby.
Yeah.
And hopefully we're going to take the baby on the road with us also.
You're going to have another traveling family, maybe like Lawrence Welk.
Why not?
Sure. Let me play another one of your records, if you don't mind.
Okay.
This is another one, probably from a few years ago. In fact, I'm sure it's from a few years ago. It's called What the World Needs Now. Buddy Greco.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another mountain. There are mountains and hillsides enough to climb. There are oceans and rivers enough to cross, enough to last until the end of time. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another meadow. There are cornfields and wheat fields enough to grow. There are sunbeams and moonbeams enough to shine. Oh, listen, Lord, if you want to know. Love's the only thing that there's just too little of. Love is not for some, but for everyone. Yes, everyone. Lord, we don't need another meadow. There are cornfields and wheat fields enough to grow. There are sunbeams and moonbeams enough to shine. Oh, listen, Lord, if you want to know what the world needs now is love, sweet love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. What the world needs now.
What the world needs now, Buddy Greco, 27 after 11 o'clock. Let me get into some of this business of who you've worked with since you've been around for so long, Buddy. You mentioned, what, Billy Eckstein?
Well, my
People
God,
like that.
where do you start? Some of the people may think that I'm a name dropper, but you got to realize I've been in this thing for about 25 years or more. And I started out, with the Nat Coles and the Sinatras and Ella Fitzgerald and so on, but a lot of the songwriters are very dear friends of mine, especially Burt Bacharach and Jimmy Webb. In fact, one of the new sides that we just recorded is a Jimmy Webb song that Jimmy wrote for me as a ballad, and I changed it around into a disco. In fact, we were very responsible, Ken, for Donna Summer's MacArthur Park.
Really? Okay, that was a Jimmy Webb tune, obviously.
Oh, yes. I had the first hit on it.
That's right. Boy, you're really jogging some memories for a lot of people, I'm sure. Buddy Greco, I'm almost out of time here. I cannot believe a half hour has slipped by.
I can't either, Ken.
But you're going to be at the Playboy Club now through...
We will be here tonight, Friday, and Saturday.
Tonight, Friday, and Saturday, obviously. That Saturday night's the last night.
Yes, it is.
No Sunday thing.
And then we're going home, and my beautiful wife is going to have our baby.
Yeah. Hey, listen, a lot of luck with that.
Thank you.
I know you're tickled about it. You've been getting a lot of press coverage just about the new baby, haven't you?
Yes, we have, because it's a whole romantic thing, which will take too long, but you're going to be reading about it in your magazines, hopefully.
Okay. Buddy Greco, if you've ever, make it through this area, for goodness sake, stop by and talk with us in person, if that's ever possible.
Yes, but thank you, Ken, for having me on your show.
And I know you do colleges and that kind of thing, so maybe,
yes.
There's always a chance we could get you to either Illinois State or Illinois Wesleyan sometime.
Well, all they've got to do is contact us and be happy to do it.
Buddy Greco, thank you so much, and the best to you.
Thank you, Ken.